Okay, hi everyone. Good afternoon. So today for your English, we're going to talk about verb. So I will share you my screen here. So we have here the verbs, everyone. So what are the main types of verbs and what are their functions? So when we talk about verb, everyone, we are talking about an action verb, right? So every time that we're talking about verbs, there are different types of verb. But before that, we have, hmm, wait for a while. So again, so when we talk about verbs, those are action words. They tell what someone does or what does the person feels, right? So for example, we have run, eat, sing, am, and is, right? So those are verbs. Next, we also have here, let's talk about the types of verbs. The types of verbs we have, let's start with the first one. We have here the main verb. When we talk about the main verb, it is also known as principal verbs. It expresses the main action or state of being. So, for example, we have here, they play football. So, the main verb there is play. Next, we also have here, the sun rises in the east. So, we have here, rises. Next, we also have here, she sings beautifully. That one is sing, it's a main verb. So always remember when we talk about main verb, when we talk about main verbs, it's expressed in the main action. So in the action in the sentence. Next, we also have here the helping verbs. In helping verbs, we're talking about it also called auxiliary verbs. In helping verbs also everyone, from the word help, meaning this help the main verb. So when we talk about helping verbs, they tell when or how something happens. So for example, we have here, she is feeding her dog right now. So if you're going to ask me here about um, the main verb, our main verb in the first sentence is she is feeding her dog right now, right? So what happened, everyone, is that when we talk about helping verb, everyone, those are it tells us when or how something happens. So our main verb there is feeding, right? So is there is the one who helps the main verb, right? So our helping verbs there is. Do you understand? So later on, I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to write here. So always remember the common helping verbs that we have is, are, was, were, have, has, had, will, shall, do, and does. So helping verb there in number one is because it helps the main verb which is feeding, right? Next, the second one we have, they are planning a trip to Cebu. So the helping verb there is are because it helps the main verb which is planning. Next, we also have here, he has finished his homework. He has finished his homework. The helping verb there is has, right? Because it helps the main the main verb finish. Remember, in helping verbs, everyone, you just need to look for the main verb and also the helping verb. Do you get me? So those are the examples for helping verbs. We have is, are, was, were, have, has, had, will, shall, do, and does. Next, we also have here for linking verbs. Linking verbs connect the subject to a complement. So again, we start with the subject, then to a complement, right? So do not convey action, but rather a state of being or condition. So it include forms of the verb to be, such as to be, the verb be, everyone is, are, and was, and were. And may also be sensory verbs that describes perceptions such as look, smell, sound, taste, and feel. So in linking verb also, everyone, you just need to remember that these verbs don't show action. Okay? They connect the subject to a word that tells more about it. So that's a linking verb. For example, we have here she is a teacher. So in the sentence, in the examples that we have, she is a teacher. Is there connects to she, right? Meaning she there is a teacher. So meaning our linking verb, everyone, is, right? Because um in a sentence, she is a teacher is connects to she and teacher. So meaning she is a teacher. So you just need to remember that in linking verb, we only use am, is, are, was, were, look, smell, taste, feel, and sound. So we don't show actions there. Next, we also have here another examples that we have is Felisa looks confused. So we have here um looks. Our linking verb is looks for everyone. So looks connects to Felisa and confused, right? So our linking verb there is looks. Next, we also have here the transitive verb. Transitive verbs, actions, verbs requiring a direct object. So how do we do that? So for example, she bought the supplies from the hardware store. So our transitive verbs there is bought. So what do you mean about transitive verb? Always remember everyone that, wait for a while. Always remember everyone that when we talk about transitive verb, these verbs needs an object. Okay, so when we talk about transitive verb, these verbs needs an object, meaning something that receives the action. So for example, we have here she bought the supplies from the hardware store. So meaning our transitive verb, the one who receives the action is we have bought, right? Next, we also have here another examples that we have is she kicks the ball. Let's try. She kicks the ball. So the kicks there, everyone, is the verb, right? So the verb there is kicks, and also the next we also have here kicks is the verb, and the ball is what she kicks. So the ball there is the object, right? So we have here the transitive verb there is, yeah, that one. Next, we also have here, Mario created this artwork. So transitive verb there is created. Next, they formed a club. So transitive verb there is formed. Meaning, when we talk about transitive verbs, action verb require a direct object. So, yeah, that one. Next, we also have here our progressive tenses of verb. Used to describe actions that are continuous or ongoing over a period of time. It emphasizes the duration of an action rather than its completion. So, another thing when we talk about progressive tenses, meaning the action is still ongoing. Okay? So, for example, we have here present progressive. I am eating. So, what do you mean about that one? I am eating meaning it happens right now. It's happening now because it's present progressive from the word progress, right? So always remember everyone that every time we're talking about progressive tenses, or yeah, progressive tenses of verbs, meaning it's still ongoing, right? So how about if it's present progressive? Present progressive meaning it's happening now. How about in the past? Past progressive, meaning, what do you mean about that one? Past progressive, it was happening before. When we talk about future progressive, it will happen later on. So that's the difference. So for example, we have here present progressive. Um, I am eating now. So always remember, in the hint for progressive tenses is we use be verb plus ing. Like am, is, and are plus ing. Be verbs are is, are, then plus ing. If it's present, you're going to use that one. But if it's past progressive, you're going to use was and were. Was is for one, for singular, and were is for plural, right? So you're going to use was and were plus ing. Next, for future progressive, we are going to use um, will plus ing. So for example, I will be eating at 7 p.m. Next, we have, okay, so this is the example everyone for. Let's go back here. For present, also known as the present continuous tense, describes ongoing actions. It's happening now. Form using the present tense of the verb am, is, are, and followed by the present participle of the ing form of the main verb. So for example, she is attending a yoga class. So that one is present progressive tense. Why? Because we use is plus ing to the main verb. Our main verb there is attend, right? So attending. Carl is watering the plants. Is plus ing, that's present progressive. They are listening attentively to the teacher. Are, the be verb that we use here is are plus ing, listening attentively to the teacher. Next, we also have here for the past progressive tense, from the word past, also known as the past continuous tense. So what do you mean about that one? It describes the past actions that were ongoing. So remember, when we talk about past progressive, it was happening before, right? So for example, we have here, Nadia was sleeping when the fire alarm went off. So when the fire alarm went off, Nadia was sleeping that time, right? So why we use was, it's because Nadia is singular. Next, you were dancing on stage when our teacher arrived in the auditorium. So we use the be verb were here because you, the subject here is you. Always remember, if it's you, it's always are or were. Next, while I was washing the dishes, my brother was mopping the floor. So we use here the be verb was. It's because our subject is I. It's all, if we're going to use I, it's always, if it's present, it's am. If it's past, we are going to use was. Okay. Next, we have here future progressive tense, also known as the future continuous tense, describes the future ongoing actions. Form using the future tense of the verb to be or will be, followed by the present participle of the main verb. So, for example, we have here, I will be reading books all day after tomorrow. So, remember, for future progressive, it will happen later. So I will be reading books all day tomorrow. So we have will be plus ing. The main verb is read plus ing. It's reading. Victoria will be sleeping until noon. Bert will be playing chess during the intramurals next week. So remember, when we talk about future progressive tense, we are going to use will be plus ing. Okay? So these are another examples, everyone. I'll show you an example. Another example for this, we have, I'll show you, I will write here. I'll share you my screen, everyone. Can you see my screen? Yeah. So again, let's have here. Wait for a while. Okay. So let's have here an example of main verb. How do you do that one again? For example, remember for main verb, it talks about the action, right? So we have here, she runs fast. So where is the main verb here? Shows actions. Where is it? So we have runs, right? It's an action. Next, we also have here, they play basketball. Where's the main verb? Meaning play. Oh, that's the main verb because it talks about action. Next, the last one we have here, I eat lunch. So where's our main verb? Our main verb is eat. Shows action, right? So these verbs tell what something is doing. Next, let's go back to helping verb. What do you mean about helping verb again? It helps the main verb. It helps the main verb. So, for example, we have here, she is dancing. Remember, our main verb here is dance, right? Dancing. So the one who helps the main verb is. So that one is our helping verb. That one is our helping verb. Next, number 2, they were studying. Our main verb there is study, right? The one who helps the study is where. That one is our helping verb. Okay? Remember when we talk about helping verbs, everyone, meaning it helps the main verb. They tell when or how something happens, right? Next, we have the last example, we have I will go later. So our main verb there is go, right? Our helping verb, the one who helps the main verb is will. So our helping verb there is will. Next, we have here linking verbs. What do you mean about helping verbs? When we talk about helping verbs, for example, we have, remember when we talk about linking verbs, when we talk about helping verbs, these verbs don't show actions. They connect the subject to a word that tells more about it, right? So they connect to the subject, everyone. So for example, we have here, she is happy. So can you please tell teacher where's the linking verb there? The linking verb that we have here is, right? Because is connects to the subject, right? Which is she, right? So that is the linking verb. It helps they connect the subject to a word that tells more about it. Is she and then happy. That's right. She is happy. Next, number two, we have here another linking verb that we have is the soup taste good. So the one who in linking verb, everyone in linking verb, remember they connect to the subject. So the one who connect the subject is this one, the soup. That's our subject, right? So our linking verb is taste. Next, this last example for linking verb, we have he looks tired. The one who connects the subject, this one, it connects the subject. That one is look. So remember when we talk about linking verbs, they connect the subjects to a word that tells more about it. Next, we also have here transitive verb. When we talk again transitive verbs, these verbs needs and objects. So for example, we have here she kicks the ball. Okay, so our transitive verb here is kick, right? This is our transitive verb, and where's our object? Remember in transitive verb, it needs an object to complete the meaning or to complete the sentence. Our object there is ball. So she kicked the ball. Next, another one we have he reads a book. So remember in transitive verb, we need to have an object, okay, to complete the meaning. So our transitive verb there is reads. Why? Because we have here an object book. So the one that we are reading, the one he's reading is a book. Next, last one we have they built a house. So our transitive verb there is built, and our object there, and our direct object here is house. So they built a house, right? So those are the examples of this. Those are the types of verbs. We have the main verb. We also have here, number two, we have helping verb, linking verb, and transitive verbs. Next, we have here for, remember the present progressive? In present progressive, everyone, we have, remember in present progressive, it's happening now. And the hint for present progressive, we will use is, am, and are plus verb ing. Take note for that, everyone. Take note this one, ha. That's present progressive. For example, we have I am studying now. So meaning now, everyone, I am studying, right? So I use am because my subject is I. And the verb here is study. So we will use the verb ing studying. Next, we have for past progressive. When we talk about past progressive, everyone, it was happening before. Happening before. So this is the hint, everyone. So we will use was for singular for it's only one subject. And then were if it's plural. Plus verb ing. For example, I was eating when you called. So meaning when you called me earlier, I was eating that time, right? So was the verb ing eating. That's past progressive. Next, for future progressive. For future progressive, it will happen later. So how do you do that one? Remember, in future, we will use will be plus verb ing. Example, I will be eating at 7 p.m. So we will use will be and then the verb ing eating. That's for future progressive. So yeah. So if you have any questions, everyone, you may message to me and answer. Don't forget to answer the activity, everyone. Okay. Don't forget to answer your activity after this one. Thank you.